Well guys, before I start this video, I do want to give back to you guys, especially if you guys have been watching for the longest time. I know it's a very troubled time right now, and I just really want to give back. If you guys don't follow me on Snapchat, then you wouldn't know this, but I have a big Hot Wheel collection, and I just thought it would be nice to give a couple of you guys some Hot Wheels. You do have to be in the United States because shipping out to Europe is very expensive. I know there's a handful of you guys from Europe. I don't know why, but I guess because I have a Miata, you guys are following me. I appreciate you guys following me, but shipping would be crazy expensive. I already shipped a shirt out to somebody in Europe, so I don't think I'll do that anytime soon. It's really expensive, and right now with the whole coronavirus, it's going to be really difficult to even send you anything. But if you're in the United States, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram. I'll leave it somewhere here, or I'll put it in the description box. Follow me on Instagram, comment on my last video. Came from YouTube. That's all you have to put. Came from YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, which I'll put in the description or somewhere up here. And I'm gonna pick 3 of you guys. Today's the 22, so today's Tuesday. I'm gonna pick you guys on Saturday. I'm gonna pick a couple of you guys and I'm gonna send you guys some CRXs. I have a lot of these 6 CRXs, and if you guys want me to sign them, I can do that too. I don't know why you would want me to sign them. I'm not even famous or anything, but I am giving these out to 3 of you guys, and if you guys don't win them this time, I'm gonna do it 3 weeks in a row. So this week we're doing CRXs, next week we might do Miatas, and then we could do 350Z. 3 of you guys are gonna win this. All you have to do, follow me on Instagram, comment YouTube brought me here, it came from YouTube, and then just to make it fair, I'm going to put everybody's name that did that in a little hat or a box. I'm just going to draw 3 of you guys. If you don't win this time, don't get upset. We have 3 weeks. So every week, on every Saturday of the next 3 weeks, I'm going to give out cars. So yeah, so if you guys want to enter for these, I just want to do something fun. You guys won't have to pay for anything. You just have to literally spend 1 second of your time to comment Irving from YouTube brought me here, or came from YouTube. So that's all you have to do, and you're officially entered, and I'll ship one of these bad boys out to you guys. Now that we're done, let's start the video. Well guys, it's the next day. I feel really dumb because this whole morning I drove about an hour and 30 minutes. I went through these really beautiful roads, and I wish I would have had my camera, but yesterday when I was installing the blow-up valve, I left it outside and it started pouring, so my camera was in a bag of rice all day. And I barely got back. I did pick up a couple cool parts for the eunos. We're gonna start installing a couple turbo parts, but we do need to get a couple things modified in order to start installing turbo parts. Well boys, we're inside the garage, no more rain, and now we can get started on working on the eunos. Like I said, again, this build is gonna take quite a while. Don't think that I'm gonna turbo it overnight or maybe this week. No, this is going to take a couple months. I'm just gonna have everything ready for this car to be turboed, and we're not gonna rush it. I want it to come out good. I want it to be cheap, but I want to have all the parts so I'm able to do it in a day. This is what I picked up this morning. You guys never saw that because, again, my camera was in a bag of rice, so hopefully the audio is not bad. But this is a Zerek fabrication, I believe, or Zerek fabrication lower bash bar with tow hooks. What I plan on doing is I'm gonna put it on the car, because I'm gonna powder coat it. First off, I'm gonna powder coat it orange because I'm going with an orange theme. But before I do that, I wanna get 2 tabs welded here and here so we can mount the intercooler right behind the tow hooks. But before I even do that, I wanna make sure it fits, and I wanna see how much room I have so I can mark where I want the tabs welded, so I can put the intercooler right behind the lower bash bars. So I got this for a very good deal. I paid 120 bucks, Facebook Marketplace. And it looks really sick. It's gonna go on the bottom portion where the tow hook is at. All right guys, so we jacked it up. Now what I'm gonna start doing is, this is how I remove the front bumper. There's several different ways. I know there's a couple bolts on the inside from here, but the easiest ones to get to are these right here. So you remove this plastic little guard here, like so, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna remove those, and if I'm correct, they're 10 millimeters, so let's figure it out. The bumper is finally off, and this thing looks really ugly. So now we have access to bolt this up. I do have the intercooler inside, so we can pull it off and see how it looks, measure it, make some marks, and then get some tabs welded for that. But as you can see, this thing looks really good. Looks good. Oh my god, what happened here? Well guys, the eunos is back to operating whatever we're doing. I kind of moved a lot of things. I removed the horns, as you can see here. I did not touch the dryer. I don't want to mess with AC. I do want to keep AC in this car.
this whole car, I am going to boost it, and I'm going to try to do it under $1,000 like I did with my black one. If you guys remember back to the black one, I did it eBay, custom eBay, but I'm trying to make it a little bit more professional, or a little bit better. And I have the intercooler right where I like it. I did move the horns, and I moved the power steering lines. As you can see, the power steering lines are like way up here because they were hitting before. So I think I'm just gonna zip tie them there. I don't know, or maybe move the bracket down. But I like how it looks. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut some cardboard out and try to make some brackets. What I wanna do is weld like a circular bracket from here going down to the knob there. So something like that, like a little square piece, or like so. And same thing with this one. I wanna get like a square piece welded on, and I think that'll look really, really good, and I can bolt it on, and this thing will sit pretty flush. So we're gonna do that, or I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm gonna start cutting some cardboard and see if I can make something up and then get it welded, and then we'll powder coat this and then bolt on the intercooler, and that'll be done. And it gives me a lot of room to put a 90 here and still have intercooler.
This is the next day. I decided to stop being cheap, and I'm actually driving back to the guy that sold me the bash bar because he has a really small intercooler, Mishimoto intercooler, and he says it's brand new and I can have it for 40 bucks. So I decided, instead of running the eBay one that I have, that's kind of, it's small, but it's too big for what I want to do with it. I wanted to be very flush with the bash bar right behind weld tabs and have it sitting there. It's a little bit, it's about 1.5 inches too big, so I'm gonna go and buy a different one. I actually measured the one I have, and it measures exactly 7.5 inches, and the one the guy selling me measures exactly 7 or 6.5 inches, so it's about 1 inch smaller, and that's literally about how much I need. It's gonna be like just dead on perfect. Guys, check out this road. It's so freaking beautiful. Like, it's just a tunnel full of trees. I wish that there was nobody out here so I could just be raging, but this is the road I was talking about yesterday. It's so freaking beautiful. Nothing but trees, and literally miles like this. It's just a tunnel of trees. Freaking gorgeous. So we're back to M&J. We have the intercooler here. I'm over there making brackets, so hopefully it comes out well. I put it in here, and we kind of put it in a spot that I'm happy with. It's a lot smaller than the last one, but it's a lot fatter from here, so it still looks about the same, but it looks a lot better. So we're gonna run this one anyways. Sorry about the music, but I just wanted to show you guys, this is a bracket that we made. It was a really rough bracket right here. It's an L shape. It's gonna get welded from the inside and hold the intercooler from the bottom. And then for the top, we're actually gonna do like a Z shape right here. Put a bolt right here, a Z, and then here to the bottom as well. So it's gonna have 3 brackets. And yeah, it looks good. I'm really happy with how it's coming along. All right guys, so now we're gonna start the video. This is a couple days from the last video you saw where we actually put the bash bar on the car. The reason it doesn't have the bumper's getting painted. Plus, I haven't welded the tabs. I need to weld them maybe over the weekend. But the bar is on. We made the mounts and everything, so that's ready to go. It just needs to get welded. And I don't want to finish the video with just this, so we're gonna install this. This is a Bink's Fabrication subframe brace. Keep in mind, everything on the car is going to be orange, so we are going to powder coat that orange as well. But this right here, this was made by a dude that raced Miatas. He made like 10 of these, and then supposedly he went bankrupt. So yeah, there's not a lot of these around, and they look similar to the ones from Racing Beat. And there's a couple other companies that make this, and it replaces the subframe bar on the bottom, and it looks a lot better. I don't have the subframe bar, so this is going to be quite helpful. It might stiffen out the rear suspension, that it's really old and bad anyways. But like I said again, I powder coated this orange. It was just done today, so we're going to be installing that. Hopefully I don't get stung by that wasp. So the first thing we need to do, this thing came out really gorgeous, by the way. Hopefully you guys can see this, but the bad thing about this frame is the fact that it's going to use these alignment nuts right there to hold it in place. This one right here, and it's going to use a sway bar nut up here. So it's going to use this one and this one. Ricardo said this one's really important. You have to mark it, otherwise your alignment's gonna be all wacky. So what I did is, they do have grooves, and I ended up marking it so I can put it back at the same spot. I don't know if you guys can see it. There you go. I marked it there,
and I marked it there. But before I do anything else, I'm actually gonna see if I can even remove this exhaust. The only bad thing about this Miata is that a lot of the suspension pieces do have a lot of surface rust. The car itself doesn't have rust, but like the exhaust and a lot of the subframe stuff, which I'm going to replace eventually or powder coat it, does have surface rust. Like I said, again, the car itself does not have any rust, but the suspension pieces do. I'm assuming somebody just left it sitting outside in the weather and it ended up getting like this. But everything else is super rust free. It's just suspension pieces and exhaust pieces. So before I even try to take anything off or even put this brace, I'm going to make sure I can even remove the exhaust, because I do have to take this portion off. So I'm going to wet it in WD-40, let it sit for a little bit, and then I'm going to try to remove it, because if I can't remove these, I'm not even going to try it. So just going to let that sit for a little bit. Well guys, I'm finally home. My camera keeps on dying. I really need to get a new battery, but I really wanted to show you the subframe, so let's get down here. And the color matches the tow hook very nicely. As you can see, it looks really good. Unfortunately, you can't see it because of this big fat exhaust, which we are going to be removing, so don't worry about that. But the subframe itself looks really freaking badass, I'm not going to lie. And it matches identically to the tow hook. So the powder shop store, or the shop, did really nicely matching those. But they look great, really good. It looks really good. It's gonna look better once we remove the exhaust and put an aftermarket one. So I'm really happy, and we're finally home. So I'm sorry if this video wasn't too exciting. Oh dang, you can't see me. I'm sorry if this video wasn't too exciting. There's not really a lot going on, but if you guys do want to win a Hot Wheel, please follow me on Instagram, comment on my last picture, just say brought from YouTube or I came from YouTube, and that's all you have to do to enter. So I'm gonna end the video here, and I'll see you guys next time.